So I'm adding this to the front end. One of the decks in this video, I got to infinite in under 2 hours. My record, it was over 75% win rate. Bonkers. So check it out. So Miss Marvel's taken over Marvel Snap pretty well. I think she's one of the better season pass cards that we've seen. We're going to look at a couple of the absolute top decks for her, play a couple that I haven't played at all to see if the proof's in the pudding. I consider myself a fairly decent player, so I think if I can play them, that I think both ends of the spectrum can as well. People who are maybe not as good, and then obviously people who are much, much better. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at untapped.gg. We are going to look at Marvel Snap Zone for a brief second before we play these decks, but I know most people use the untapped.gg trackers. So for that purpose, I want to look at this and focus on this one more. I did try to do a comparison between the two, and just the game difference and the range of average cubes between them. I was like, well, they were too different, but I think because of the untapped.gg tracker being used by so many, we're going to focus on that. So the first one, and this one we're definitely going to play Cerebro 5. I might want to, and for anyone who's unaware, you basically just, you use Cerebro. It gives additional points to all your 5-point cards or 5-power cards. It's really good because you drop down Medusa mid, she turns the 5. Titania is a little risky. I thought about maybe doing a Star-Lord instead there, but that's also you needing to predict where you play, or maybe a wave. But again, you like to have a card that you can put down late, or I mean, you could do it early, but I like having this potentially late so that it's not popping over to my opponent's side. I have not played this at all, so we're going to see if we can get this one to work. It's got a great average cube rate at 1.13. That's phenomenal, with a win rate of 66%. Also very good. Now, I will say the game count here is only 250 games. That's not very many, but I think it's worth checking, and I think it could maybe be okay. Miss Marvel, this is just a general ongoing type. You've got Zabu, Invisible Woman to potentially hide something. Zabu brings in the Super Scroll, Miss Marvel, and Iron Lad for a little bit cheaper. I will say one of the things, and shout out to Lauren Whatevs, we've been chatting a little bit about these Super Scroll interactions. She thinks she might have found something there. There's some loops that some times that where it's like, this doesn't make any sense. Why is my Super Scroll not getting XYZ? So we're still looking at that. Mainly she. I'm like, my eyes are crossing with some of the stuff we're talking because my brain doesn't work as well. But either way, Super Scroll is a great card to have in the current meta with Miss Marvel and a lot of these ongoings. You've also got Jeff, because Jeff's awesome. Mystique to copy a number of these ongoings. There's a Killmonger here. I'd have to say, I mean, that's primarily, I guess, for taking out the Echo if it's out there. If you're not really worried about Echo, I'd probably take that one out. I'm not going to play this deck. I have played some of it. It's also got an Iron Man, Doom, Onslaught, and Chavez. Doom I really like with Miss Marvel because it gives you the ability to make sure you get cards on every lane that you're potentially at, assuming you're playing Miss Marvel mid. And then Chavez to get the consistency. There's a deck that they call Guardians here. I actually look at this as more of a lockdown type deck. I think it's honestly like, I don't know. I mean, Guardians because Nebula's on there, or I don't know. So I look at this again, it's like a lockdown type deck, and I'm going to play, is this the one? Yeah, I'm going to play this one a bit to see how this can go, because I think it could be fun. You've got the Storm and Professor X. Now, there's a lot of people who just hate lockdown. I think lockdown's fun as far as playing it. It's not fun to play against. Alioth, not great to play against. It's frustrating, but I think it could be a really good deck. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one as well. A 1.04 cube rate, but a great win rate at almost 68%. Now, when looking at these, I don't want to spend a lot of times on the games. Miss Marvel, this one here has got 650 games. That's a one with Claw, which I think is really good. Onslaught, again, you've got some Storm, Lockdown, etc. for getting a good spots where you can get Miss Marvel to hit and your player or your opponent cannot get anything there. Galactus, we're not going to even look at that. Another high game with a decent average cubes and win rate, 700s, another lockdown type deck. Seems to be pretty popular right now. Not a ton of games. Here's another one, Miss Marvel. It's a little bit of a lockdown with Storm. So right now it seems to be maybe like a lockdown type situation. There are some that you could see with like a Darkhawk Man thing. I think those are interesting. A high Evo version as well. I mean, I've seen a bunch of those that aren't too bad. They drop in the Scorpion. See a bunch of that. This one with the 470 games, almost a 68% win rate and a 0.9. This is definitely a solid one, but they don't have any lockdown aspects in this with either Professor X and or Storm. I'd maybe consider getting rid of, I don't know, maybe Thing, Spider-Woman. I don't know if you're going to be able to play the Abomination. Ideally, you could, but I would look at getting rid of 2 out of the 3 of those, and then maybe putting down a Storm and or Professor X. So now let's jump over to Marvel Snap Zone just to see what their slight differences are. All right, so this one I did look at a little bit. I like this first one, this Mr. Fantastic Claw. It's a 1.17 average cube rate with a 69% win rate. It's a very ongoing heavy deck. It's got a Spectrum in it that can ping those ongoing cards. You've got the ability to potentially put Orca in there. Now, one thing I like to do sometimes when I've got Spectrums, Orcas, or Onslaughts is that I like to try to get an extended turn if possible, because you know you're never going to be able to play both of those, but maybe that's the point. You get one or the other and you play it in the one lane that you're going to solo. Again, Lockdown is another one that's on here. This is the type that we're going to play. This one's got an average cube of 0.9 with a 64% win rate. So I've got this sorted by average cubes. You can see that the cube rates are in that 80% range. A lot of these decks are very similar to the ones we play. So I want to jump in and try this Cerebro 5 stuff and see how it goes. First game, getting a monster, pretty hilarious. So and we want to try to show how this works in general, not just when we win and everything. So we'll go ahead and put a Luke Cage over there, just get some points on the board. I'd like to be able to move some stuff to get us out. So hopefully we can get a Polaris. All right, they're building up a Deadpool, so this is going to be a Destroy. We like that so far. They've got Prio. Let's go ahead and get risky and go for the monster here. Oh, now I wish I would have done the Spider-Man in the middle. I thought he was going to take it out now. All right, Forge over. Now we get our Morales. Go ahead and do this and do this. They'll take out their Deadpool here, which will do good things for them, obviously. 16 Deadpool. That's going to be hard to beat at this point. Gonna be hard to beat. We'll do this. We've got a 6, a 4, a 2. We'll do that for the time being and expect them to maybe play something mid, and then we'll Doom last turn. I'm going all the way from the Cerebro because the Cerebro is just not going to do anything for me, but I want to see if there's still the ability to win if you don't ping that Cerebro. Okay, Shang-Chi. Ooh, that actually helps. Interesting. Do this and this. This should be interesting. So it's into the Shang-Chi helping is all right. Let's see what happens here. Maybe we can get all right. So they get the death that pops over. That's fine. We get a pour. There's Deadpool. Ah, bum. Come on, you bum. I get that, and I get that, and I get all sorts of goodness. And what happens? I win! I did not expect. That is like, honestly, Shang-Chi, thank you very much. Let's give him a little bit of love. Love you, Shang-Chi. All right, next game. We get a Vault, which isn't the end of the world because we've got Doom to be able to get something over there. All right, let's play our Medusa now. Ideally, this person will get a card down so I can Spider-Man it somewhere. Okay, we want to be careful with that. Go ahead and put Polaris here now. All right, we'll take Spider-Man here and then move whatever that. I'm hoping that they maybe try to play something there. We'll see. Let's take down whatever they got. Go right. Ugh. All right, what did they drop down there? Deathlock. All right, so Deathlock does nothing to that. Let's go ahead and snap. Feeling pretty good here. And then we'll probably go ahead and Doom next turn. Oh, they retreat. Oh, they retreat. All right, we take the win. Okay, let's see. So we get a Luke Cage, Doom, Polaris, Lizard, Korg. So we're facing a Darkhawk person who's telling us straight up that they're playing Darkhawk. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and do that over there with Lizard for now. Nebula, all right, we like that. We can put our Silk there now and then move it later. 7-turn game, don't hate that. Put our Silk there, that helps. Jeff, is this gonna be a Lockdown type deck too, I'm guessing? All right, nothing to do with this yet. Go ahead and wait. Actually, do that and move the Nebula. Miss Marvel. All right, so we screwed that up. We're going to go ahead and do all sorts of funness now. Okay, so what are they doing right? So they got a Storm. Why would you play that on this turn? Save that for next turn. Wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. Zabu. So I go first, unfortunately. So that means that they're probably going to be able to get that there. And then we'll do that. So that means probably not do anything there. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. I maybe should have played Titania first, then Miss Marvel. I don't know. But actually, no, I take that back. Maybe I don't want my... let's do this. All right, there's my Silk. Oh, now that doesn't get anything right, but that's not the end of the world. All right, so they go over there. And we go ahead and get the dubs. We get the dubs, even with the Titania going over there. That was honestly like, I got lucky there. But you know what? This deck must be so good that you can win with some luck. Okay, we like that a bit. So we can destroy something with Polaris, which is going to be nice. Oh, all right, let's move. Let's combo that up. Maybe we Spider-Man it. We'll Spider-Man it and then Polaris it. So Spider-Man 3, Polaris on 4. That could be kind of fun. What's on the right side here? Oof, all right. We will go ahead and do that. No, hold on. What am I talking about? I said Spider-Man on 3, Polaris on 4. Take out Sunspot, 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 Sunspot. Nice. Okay. Mystique. All right. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm snapping. And then I will go ahead and move Polaris now and take out the Sunspot, which is nice. We get a Jubilee. What is that going to bring down? Ironheart. Let's put that there. Cage mid. Let's put Cage left. They're filling up left, really. What are you doing over there to me? Devil Dino. 16. I think if I go ahead, that's a 3, that's a 2. That would not get my 5 over there. I mean, I only have 12. That's not enough. But we can do that. Get rid of the Devil Dino, which will be good. And then we'll just go ahead and do that mid. I've already snapped, so we'll go with that. Chantress. So we will win left and right for sure, at least. And then Thor does nothing. All right. So we get another win. Yay, us. High five. Okay, we do not want to Enchantress anything over there. I mean, I guess unless it's a huge card. But they will get +3, so we'll have to try to remember that. And we will Medusa mid. We'll go ahead and actually Luke Cage mid. Get some points there. 3, that might be a little bit too much, maybe too early. Go ahead and Polaris. Actually, let's do this. We'll pull Bast. I'm glad I picked left. So that gets some points off of that. Brood, that's now full. So what are we getting here? We like all of that. We definitely want, we'll put that there and that there. So we got a 3, a 4, and a 2 left. With Miss Marvel mid, that could get us a W. But well, that's gonna hurt. So now our Cerebral play is definitely donezo. But that might go ahead and Spider-Man that to mid. Ooh, Mr. Negative. What are we gonna pull mid? Pull Magic. I guess it doesn't really matter, but okay. Do the Doom, and then we'll probably do Miss Marvel. I mean, Miss Marvel Cerebral is not the worst in the world. It can help a little bit. Oh, that'll hurt. Okay. All right. So I'm expecting a Surfer play here. Do this. Let's see. 6, 4, 2. Yeah, so that'll be fine. And then this helps a little bit more left as well. Actually, it'll help mid as well. So that'll stay 8. These two will ping 8, I think. We're going to see. I don't know how the sequence of this is going to go. So we'll do this. We get that. All right. So we get Cerebro going left. But then I should get an additional point mid on those 7s. Surfer, all right, ping does that, does this thing there. I should still be good, right? Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Cerebral 5, baby. That's 5 games in a row, 5 wins. I feel like, honestly, I should just, I mean, it's meant to be 5 games. C5, 5 wins. So honestly, given that I literally never play Cerebro, this, I'm going to say, is definitely a top Miss Marvel deck. You should absolutely play it. So let's try the next one. Okay, so I decided after going like whatever 10-0, or well, I was 5-0 in the video. It's like, I'm going to keep playing. And then I went 10-0, 11-0, 13-0, 16-1, 18-2, 23-4. And then finally, let's see, it's been 2.5 hours. I decided just to roll with it, and I just hit infinite. So I was in like the mid to high 80s. So in about 2 hours, I hit that. Now, I haven't been playing much. You can see by my rank, I don't have a lot of snap points or anything like that. I typically don't grind it, but this deck is legit, like just straight legit. My overall record was 35-11, 76.1% win rate, and a net cube gain of +66. You can see that right here. The last, well, it just says 42 seconds ago, but that's it. This deck is legit, straight up. It's legit. All right, next up is this LockDoom type. It's Clearly not going to top what we just did, but let's see how it does. Because Alioth, Storm, Professor X, supposed to be pretty good. All right, so this is gonna be a little different. I got to get used to how this is gonna play. I haven't played Lockdown in a hot minute. Onslaught on the left, don't love that, but could place my Miss Marvel there. Go ahead and get some Nebula points. Actually, go ahead and put that off to the right. Ant-Man, what is, maybe I should have put it there. It would only add one more turn to pull that up. Okay, let's just get Jeff out there. We'll probably Iron Lad there next turn. All right, that makes more sense. All right, so get some cards for free. Don't have really any good counters there. What could this pull? Storm, Medusa, Rogue. Let's go ahead and do that there in case we get a Storm. That'll be kind of fun. And then we could Professor X, probably, right? I'd feel pretty good about that. All right, come on. You know you're going to pull Storm. Oof. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Now I'm not so sure I want that. All right, well, got the Medusa, so that's nice. Gets a little bit extra points. Get Falcon in here? Okay. Oh, I guess it goes to that location. That makes sense. That makes sense because it's based on location, but I've now won right. Let's just leave that there. Let's lock down. I'm going to snap. Lock down left with Professor X. I can move. Oh, they left. Chicken. We'll drop the Nightcrawler left to start. Word from them. Onslaught Citadel, which we'll like for the Cap or Miss Marvel. Go ahead and get Medusa out for now. Doom will be able to get us our procs wherever we need them. So I'll have to move Nightcrawler mid more than likely. Do that. We'll just leave Nightcrawler for now. They're brooding. I'm gonna snap. I think I'm gonna win right no matter what. So go ahead and do this for the time being. Actually, hold on. We're not gonna get enough. That Nebula is not gonna be good enough there. So let's not move anything. I think we just want to go ahead and Miss Marvel mid for now. They probably got the same thing. Patriot, interesting. All right, so now it's all about winning mid. I'm assuming they'll skip here. Let's just get Jeff out in there. We'll sit and not do anything. We'll probably Alioth this upcoming turn. Yeah. Are they gonna know I've got an Alioth? Snap at me, Chris. Come on. Or Chirus. They're not gonna, but I played Alioth. I feel bad. No, I don't. Because it happens to me all the time. Sorry, Chirus. Feel bad, but it's part of the game. All right, let's see what we got a nice setup here for Professor X and Nebula. We'll see if we can lean into that. Oh, this might be an Agatha deck, I'm guessing. All right, nothing to do there. Well, not an Agatha deck, Christine. Go ahead and storm that lane. Let's rip. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all, which is very unfortunate. That makes it a lot harder to do anything with the storm. We'll do this, and they don't have any ongoing. We'll just drop Rogue over there to, actually no, we're gonna sit on the Rogue because maybe they Miss Marvel mid and then we want to do something with it. Okay, interesting. All right, now, okay, yeah, that goes back over there. There's my missile, so we'll get that. We'll do that mid. And I think Vulture, oh, what are they? Are they going to, you know, I bet they, what's his name? Heimdall this turn, maybe. Where would they play that, though? Mid or right? Just do this. Yeah, we'll just do this. We'll do this, and I think that should be enough. Yeah, the Heimdall right. So, yep, I should be good. Cool. Yay. Didn't get much lockdown there, though, but victory's all that matters. We get some potential fun with Storm, Nebula, Medusa. I like what could happen with all of that. Maybe we storm right now. I was hoping to storm mid after I Medused it. Yeah, let's storm right. Storm right, then we'll Iron Lad there. We'll take that with our Rogue. We're gonna snap. Actually, we don't even, well, let's do this. I'll have enough right between the Rogue and the Miss Marvel to be fine. Ooh, maybe not. Ooh, maybe not. Oh, well, now I can move with that, so that's clutch. Do this. Let's do this here. I can move. My Iron Lad right will still give me the buff that I need. Rip. So we'll go ahead and take theirs. Get that. And still win, even though you took my Miss Marvel with your Echo preemptive plays. All right, so I should be good mid, and I should be good right. Yep. Go team, go. All right, we get Wakanda and Embassy. Again, we'll drop Nebula right. Anytime I'm running Professor X, I like to do that. We get mid, Lamentus. All right, I'm actually not mad about it. Okay. We will Medusa mid this turn. I'm gonna snap actually, because I like my setup here. I don't have I have no way to screw up Miss Marvel. Ongoing, maybe. We'll see what happens there. I could drop Miss Marvel over there instead. I just need to make sure not to play Jeff mid. This is some sort of, I'm kind of surprised they're snapping. I don't know what I mean, maybe they got APOC but no, because if they're playing Swarm, they must not have any way to discard that APOC. Okay, Shadow King, play. Lock this down here, and then Jeff left last turn. I think that's all she wrote. Should be all she wrote. Oh, rip! Oh, but I can Eliath. Ooh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Buy cards, you got one spot to play, and the Eliath comes through. So, 8-cube win. That's the troll of Lockdown, honestly. It just is what it is. I don't typically play Eliath that much. I can see it feels bad both ways. That feels good for me, right? I just got an 8-cube win. I'm stoked. Now, between these two decks, you know, this is the LockDoom one. Obviously, Eliath came through. Professor X wasn't too bad. It's a decent deck. I think there's a solid play here. If you're a Lockdown player, I absolutely think this is something that you can continue to play. We're going to do a video tomorrow about Gladiator. I don't think he's going to disrupt the meta that much with what's going on, so this video should stay relevant for you. When I'm looking at these again, this C5, I'm not going to lie, I was shocked when I saw this so high, and then shocked at how well I did with it. The proof's in the pudding. I mean, the numbers on the website, you saw what I did. I consider myself a medium average good player, but it was just phenomenal. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please consider hammering down the like button. Subscribing is the biggest thing you can do to help the channel. Until next time, we hope you have a wonderful day.